and welcome to another episode of No Gods, No Mayors. I'm your mayor for this episode, Mattie Lipchansky. I am joined as ever by my deputy mayors and actual friends, Riley Quinn and November Kelly. Good morning, girls. How are we?
Hi. It's coming home is how we're doing.
Is it? I want to just rescind. The last time we had World Cup talk on the show, I was like, wow, there's been no good matches. And that was after the 3 days of bad matches. And every match since then has been like a barn burner to end my life on.
Yeah,
it's been incredible.
Has been exploding. They've been setting up saw traps on the pitch. For some reason, you have to stay up until 5 a.m. to watch it happen. But when you do, you will realize that at time of recording, and you know, by the time you hear this, England, I imagine, will have won the World Cup, probably ahead of schedule. But at time of recording, the coming home status is it.
Yeah, I almost texted you at late at night here. It was midnight here. It was very late to be like, is it coming home? Because I just wanted to check in on it. I figured we'd talk about it in the morning.
This was difficult for me because obviously I knew that it was coming home and I knew that, you know, England were going to win. But I did, in terms of my sort of, I get into sport around tournaments more. And so yesterday I was wearing a Mexican football shirt. Today, I am wearing a Mexican football shirt, but for the duration of the match, I had to change into an England football shirt. So as a woman who deeply, deeply loves Mexico, no hard feelings, beautiful country, incredible culture, incredibly played match of football as well, but fucking have it though. Cunts.
We were talking about this. We are both weebs for Mexico a little bit. I keep dithering on getting the current green Mexico kit with the Aztec design on it. It's good. So fucking cool. And I'm such a freak about like pre-Columbian Mesoamerican art that I'm like, should I get the kit? And then I was like, I cannot walk around Queens in the Mexico kit. I will be made fun of. Okay. So,
football.
Have you heard about, I've been saying when there's nothing else to do, I say, I want to throw on the footy. And I'm getting into it. Do you guys know soccer is a British slang and you can't get mad at us for saying it?
I can get mad at you for whatever I want. And the thing is, I think that the World Cup should be all the time. I think that there should, granted that would lead to a kind of Verdun level injury rate, but I do think the kind of feeling of height and tension is so special. And unfortunately, despite the best efforts of FIFA and Donald Trump and like everyone who has played England, it's a real thing. And so
everyone who has played it.
It should be Christmas every day.
So look, if it was Christmas every day and we had a sort of Verdun level injury rate, then the only way that we could keep the players playing is to like slowly cyberneticize them by swapping out various injured body parts.
Riley, don't try and turn this into 40K with fucking by stealth.
This is what you've invented from first principle here is Lincoln Michel's The Body Scout, a really good book about baseball and robots.
Also, I think this may already have happened to Erling Haaland.
I'm excited to see what he does to England.
Yeah.
You ever seen 11 guys try to move a refrigerator?
It's weird that they servitorized him.
Yeah. I will say if it was Christmas every day, think of all the presents you would have.
You make a compelling argument.
Just think about that for a minute, would
What's
you?
This podcast
and I'll just
about?
say in terms of
Mattie opening up a PowerPoint presentation. Thank you for being here today. Just clicking. Ice cream for breakfast, a revolutionary opportunity to improve deliciousness over the course of the day.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm going to DSA New York with this.
Yeah. I mean, okay, here's the thing about it. There's a coming homeness in the air. The Larry O'Brien Trophy has come back to the Mecca of basketball in New York City. So I think it's only fair that it whatever it is, the FIFA trophy that doesn't have the Johnny Baby's special bottle comes home to England.
Do you have any idea how happy it's going to make Zoran?
Okay.
Like, it's that's another good reason why. As the protagonist of reality,
For
that guy
England
has to. Yeah.
I don't think he's not rooting for England. Are you out of your fucking mind?
A lot of Arsenal players on the England team.
A lot of Arsenal players.
Okay.
Also, he's a good person, which means he would be rooting for England, probably, I imagine. I know he did the Guardian's bracketology and said Morocco, but consider this. What if it was coming home? That's a narrative.
Yeah, we're dangerously low on teams that have a population near my house. We're down to Colombia and Egypt, and I guess America at this juncture. Anyways. Hello. Okay, we're gonna do the show now. This week we have a feast of tales from across the universe, sent in by listeners and friends. I am imagining myself sort of Cryptkeeker
Cryptkeeker already in minute 1.
Cryptkeeker? Uh-huh.
Cryptkeeper, like introducing some municipal tales of woe. I think though this is a little segment / episode we like to call Municipal Roundup. Yeah. We're going to start with a couple of items of a Novemberous nature.
Yes.
And so I'm going to kick it to November.
Every one of these gratefully received from the fans. Thank you. The best way of getting these to me is my Tumblr of all places, because it has an Ask Me Anything box that you can use to harass me, or you can use it to be like, the mayor of my town is a kind of funny person. And that's what a lot of people have done. And so my first item is to report that the mayor of Carcassonne, like from the board game, is in hot water because he is on video spraying protesters with a garden hose.
That rocks.
Now, hold on. Quick couple of questions here. Had the protesters been watered recently?
I have another question, which is, had the protesters been engaging in a sort of annoying behavior, like screwing up the farm I'm trying to make in the game Carcassonne?
But the thing is, I'm not actually sure who the mayor of Carcassonne is, because when you Google it, what you get is an expansion to the game Carcassonne, which includes the function of mayor of Carcassonne.
Oh, look, that's like a really good, so like, what's the opposite of SEO? It's like search engine camouflage.
Yes.
It's like that you could rename if you have a city named Catan, you're never going to figure out who the mayor is.
The mayor of Catan, by the way, I did end up finding this out. And Riley, you might like this piece of information. He's, first of all, he's like an RN guy. He's like far right, whatever. But his name is Christophe Barth, and he's a wine grower. He's a wine guy.
Ooh. Are wine growers like the car dealers of France, do you think? You think they're like the petit bourgeois, like fascists?
Ooh.
It's just a thought.
I think they were the original like petit bourgeois fascists. Yeah.
So I'm going to let you in on a little research I've been doing, which is I've been trying to identify. Look, we had one great wine American as a mayor, Gavin Newsom. That's right. I'm trying to create a general theory of wine mayors. And so I am working on this in the background. I'm in the lab pouring different wines together in different glasses, dropping a sash in there and seeing if it bubbles.
Sure. It's beautiful.
Interesting. I couldn't find anything about the mayor of Carcassonne's wine specifically, but nor indeed the video of him spraying these protesters with a hose. But I was sent this on the basis that it captures some of a small amount of power is all we should trust this bully with energy. And I think that sums up the whole podcast for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Since he's European, I look forward to him being like the fucking president of France in 10 years.
Yeah, I've found him being described as like the Occitan Trump. So I look forward to. I'm monitoring the career of Christophe Barth with interest. Let's say.
Yeah. Let's just say he's been brought to our attention, and we placed a little tracker on him, and we will be monitoring his migrations up and down the value chain of being a complete lunatic.
We will be watching where he places his little colorful wooden cubes to indicate how he is spending his resources.
Yeah. What I think is funny is he watered the protesters from on top of a balcony.
Well, sure.
It was from a quite high height.
Sort of like just coming out to your balcony and the mayor is sort of making it rain on you. That's my first item. My second item takes us to the other end of Europe, and we're going north. There is drama unfolding once again in the troubled world of Finnish municipal politics. And I'm cracking my knuckles for the pronunciation gauntlet because the mayor of Savonlinna, Savonia Castle, has been fired now twice. His name is Jana Laine, and he has refused to accept being fired, even though he got fired once, went to court. The court was like, no, you are definitely fired. And he refused to accept it. He's like, I don't accept this bullshit court. And he is threatened to physically return to office, despite his deputy mayor, who is incidentally the first Chinese-Finnish mayor in Finland, Ding Ma, already occupying his office.
Ooh, okay.
So what we're going to get is so what we're saying is that we're going to have like a competing mayoralty. It's going to be like in the Philippines. Yeah.
Mayor Star is what I'll be yelling in the background.
We're going to see two middle-aged Finnish men trying to like fight each other for rights to access an office that's like really kind of depressing to look at.
Sure. Yeah.
This is like the Game of Thrones for a relatively small European city.
Well, I'm looking up the two guys here, and Yanni, what's his fucking name? I can't say it. Yanni Lane.
I'm guessing.
Yanni Lane looks like
Penny Lane.
Looks like a children's cartoon of a Finnish man. And Ding Ma is like very handsome and looks very muscular under his shirt. So I just have a feeling who's going to win the fight.
God damn.
That's just my thought. Because a handsome person always wins.
I didn't know he was hot.
Yeah, he's kind of hot.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a little hot.
Damn. Yeah, no kidding. Wow. Shoulders on this guy. It's amazing.
Men are a mystery to me, but he's like sort of, he's hot coded, I'll say. You know?
So hot guy versus old guy.
Who you got?
We await the answer in Savonia Castle.
Oh, by the way, I was just going to say our new segment, Who You Got in the Mayor Fight, is sponsored by our new sponsor, Koch. So head over to Koch.com, use the code NOMAYORS for 20% off your first bet over $100. Yeah, thanks.
There is a rollover requirement though, so you can't cash out.
You have to. Oh, sorry, you have to keep betting forever for the rest of your life, and they do get your house. So just a fair warning.
All right, item. I'm just going to read this one directly,
please.
Hey, November, hearing Harrison Hot Springs mentioned on the newest episode of NGNM jangled something I learned about just last night. There are some free public hot springs, brackets, the Hobo Hot Springs, in town, but somebody recently rented a bulldozer to push gravel and boulders into the free public hot springs to render them unusable, and then put a chain link fence around it.
Oh.
That sounds like they're fighting God. God is trying to make something nice, or Mother Gaia is trying to make something nice for everyone, and they are doing what essentially a hubristic cartoon villain would do.
This is them literally enclosing they've enclosed the commons, everybody.
Yeah, this is the enclosure scene from Cromwell. Interestingly, the Hotel Hot Springs and Resort immediately next door to the free public hot springs uses the same font as used on the signs posted on the chain link fence. And that hotel and resort is now, incidentally, the only means of accessing any of the hot springs in Harrison Hot Springs.
It is so important that we know. I'm
curious to know what that font was. Yeah, we need to know. We need to know. I hope it's Comic Sans.
I hope it's Jazz LET.
However, do not worry. The mayor of Harrison Hot Springs was quoted as saying that it was a mistake.
Oh, tremendous.
Oh, okay. Well, so they'll be rectifying that.
It was. It was a mistake to use the same font. No. I'll say that.
Just mistakenly bulldozing a hot spring. I think I didn't know you could do. And then mistakenly enclosing it in a chain link fence in order to mistakenly make it just the one Harrison Hot Spring, actually.
I thought it was
okay. All right. You think that's unrealistic, but a kind of Baby's Day Out / Mr. Bean series of mishaps and coincidences could technically make that happen.
Yeah, I did. Right? I did see a baby and an old man.
Maybe it was about the bulldozer operator needing to like get one up on his tyrannical father, who we never see. He's only ever off screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have an idea. Maybe a sort of a mischievous animal stole some money from the bulldozer operator, and he was chasing, let's say it's a kangaroo, and he's got his money that he took in his pouch. And he's hopping away from the bulldozer operator, and he started chasing him, and accidentally, he's with his son because his bitch wife gave him to him, right? And she says, you got to watch him while I go to the spot. And he accidentally, the son crawled over the little lever that makes the bulldozer bulldoze thing go down and hit the ground. And so he was chasing this kangaroo. It pushed the gravel, and he said, oh no, and he grabbed his face. And now we're trying to persecute him for this.
And meanwhile, of course, a big chain link fence delivery truck was rumbling through town.
Yeah, and then there was this small van as well that was pulling out unexpectedly with a bunch of printed signs saying no access to hot spring or whatever that they'd done in like Cairo font or like wingdings. And terrible.
I would think it's Jazz LET. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
One more item. Hello to the mayors of the podcast. I have a special Pride Month submission. You see how deep I am in my replies for this. From Providence, Rhode Island.
Ooh. Has there ever been a mayor of Providence, Rhode Island that we could possibly cover? I don't think so. And you should definitely not write in with one.
We would never touch Providence, Rhode Island.
There's never been a corrupt mayor of Providence, Rhode Island.
Our evil gay mayor, whose name is Brett Smiley.
Oh, God.
Who is married. He's married to a realtor. And I had looked this up. And the realtor that he's married to has an incredibly apt name for being a realtor. He's named Jim DeRentis.
Jim DeRentis do. Sure.
I sure hope it don't.
I didn't know we had fucking Dickens naming Americans. Come on.
Yeah, Smiley and DeRentis. But would you believe that Jim DeRentis' husband, the mayor, recently vetoed a rentist control bill?
Sure. Oh, well.
But Brett Smiley.
What does Jim DeRentis do and Jim DeRentis capped?
So of course, his brother.
DeRentis too damn high. But Brett Smiley marched in Providence's Pride Parade this past weekend. This must have been a couple of past weekends ago. In the same parade he was marching in, there was a float that featured both an effigy of him being crushed under a steamroller and a rainbow guillotine, and everyone booed him.
That's beautiful. I salute the city of Providence, Rhode Island. A fun little burg that I like to visit. Yeah.
Yeah. The city that, as far as we know, has only had one funny mayor.
This is the first. Yeah. This is the first notable mayor of Providence, Rhode Island. Certainly the first one worthy of being covered on our podcast, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what? I think they're a great city that has some potential to maybe one day produce a lunatic, and I'm really excited for when they eventually do at some point in the future.
Sorry, I was just enjoying this big plate of spaghetti.
Maybe it'll be Brett Smiley.
Yeah. Thank you for the items, November. Those were very Novemberous indeed.
You're so welcome.
Yeah, I've got more items for us. This is the sort of items parade episode. So I'm going to get back my Cryptkeeper shit. I said it correctly this time. I see that you've renamed the group chat, and I want to register in public that I don't appreciate it. Okay. Greetings, boys and ghouls. I call this twisted tale of mayoral maladjustment the Quincy Cross examination. My first tale of woe.
What if I'm non-boonary?
What's that? Excuse me?
You said greetings, boys and ghouls. So I said, what if I'm non-boonary?
Oh, I think this is a really good time also just to briefly bring up that me and my friend Jeremy have for years been working on a theoretical novelty song about the 4th of July, but all the presidents are dead, called the 4th of Gulai. And I think this is just an accountability post that one day I will get it done. Okay.
That is a beautifully Mattie sentence.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. So my first tale of woe was sent in by a friend of me, Noah, which is how I say that my friend Noah said this to me at a bar, and then I wrote it down in my phone. I'm taking you now to Quincy, Mass. You might call it Quincy.
Quincy, Mass.
Quincy, please.
From Fallout 4?
Yes, I'll say with shrugging. I see someone highlighting the word Quincy. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get the town from Googling it, that spelling. That was just a little reminder to myself. So Quincy is a South Shore suburb of Boston, 100,000 strong. The city of presidents itself, just for some local flavor and context. This place, it used to be the home of mostly Irish Catholic quarry workers, like when the local marble quarry was there.
I'm pointing at the screen. It's that marble quarry filled up. It's got you got to turn off some valves under the thing, and if you wear the power armor into the water, then you just fucking drown.
Sure. Is this Fallout again?
This is Fallout again. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
Cool. No, it's fine. I only own a Nintendo. So it's followed the sort of northeastern U.S. metro area, small city trajectory where after a bit of decline, it is now home to a pretty serious and thriving immigrant community because the actual major city nearby has become too expensive for working class people. So it's actually kind of a very diverse, vibrant city now in terms of its population. That's kind of important context for the little story we're talking about today. That almost have the town is half non-white now. Like over 60 languages are spoken there, and the Irish Catholic monoculture that someone say born in the 1960s experienced is long gone, despite them wanting it to exist still. So Quincy native and high school graduate Thomas Koch. I never know how to pronounce that name. Koch.
One of them.
Let's settle on it. I'm going to say Koch for now.
Mm-hmm. Like Ed. If you're a mayor, you get assigned the Ed Koch pronunciation.
you choose the Ed Koch skill tree. So he was appointed Parks Commissioner.
Wait. So sorry. Conservative dark money financiers from the oil industry. They keep the hard CH, whereas if you spec into mayor, you get like the sort of soft CH.
Yeah, I think it's two Americas, right? I think it's left-right, right? Because like Ed Koch, kind of liberal, right? We'll talk about in a future episode.
Well, except for that one thing.
Yeah, but like the Koch brothers, very, very right wing. Heckler and Koch is like they make guns in Germany, so they're kind of right wing.
Okay, are we making a political compass here?
I think so.
We need I need one more pronunciation.
Yeah. So like Koch, liberal. Koch, far right. And then Koch, also far right.
It's Koch is top right, and Koch is bottom right.
I've thrown a wrench into the works here. Is that there's the one Koch brother who mostly just finances the arts in New York City?
Is that the Koch brother who built a Western town for himself and then was the victim of multi-millions of dollars of wine fraud?
That sounds more like it would happen to the guy who finances like a new wing on the Met to be built. But yes.
They gotta ceremonially give that guy the liberal pronunciation.
I dubbed the Koch. So Thomas Koch, he was appointed Parks Commissioner of Quincy in 1995, and in 2007 won election as mayor and has stayed in office ever since.
The Parks and Rec pipeline.
Yeah, in 2018 he leaves the Democratic Party over its stance on abortion and has been independent ever since.
Huh.
So his pronunciation's changing.
He goes in front of the whole town with a whiteboard and he scratches out the CH and then he puts a new CH up.
A much more Germanic, harder CH.
Yeah, having to order new nameplates.
It's just got the CH in like that old Germanic font.
Ooh, the Frakturmeer.
The Frakturmeer. But just the CH, the KO stays the same. I'll see about making this guy the subject of a whole episode. But it was like just scant enough that he gets relegated to the roundup. His first embattlement was a June 2024 request to raise his salary from $159,000 to $285,000, making him one of the highest paid mayors in the country.
You think it's easy to run Quincy, Mass?
It's not. I'm learning.
There's fucking like death clause and shit, man. He should be getting that much money.
His power armor doesn't work anymore.
Also, the worst part is that it's the $285K. Like, yeah, it's kind of just like a number on a budget to him because like the economy functions entirely on old bottle caps.
Fucking. See, now that I got. By the way, that is $30,000 more than the mayor of New York City makes. Which is incredible.
Because Quincy, Mass is $30,000 more expensive than New York City. What about this is surprising to you?
Yeah.
Also, like, look. It's if you don't pay the mayor $285,000, then he's getting a pay cut relative to inflation.
But also, you're like you've got to retain that sort of top level talent, right? So like it's like football managers. If he doesn't get that kind of money, he's gonna go and be mayor somewhere else.
Yeah, he's gonna go be mayor of Arsenal. Sure.
Yeah. He's going to take like Worcester Mass instead of Quincy Mass all the way to the championship, you know?
The Massachusetts championship.
Yeah, the Master Championship.
Yeah, that's true. So
my issue is when they were going to make the mayoral super league and kind of remove relegation. It meant that like the Quincy mayor, like that really exciting. You know, like the story about how the mayor of Wrexham in Wales, like just came over and took over a small town in Massachusetts.
This is the thing. You have your plan, Mattie, to make this into a basketball podcast. However, I think the sort of like football conspiracy proceeds apace. Our plans are measured in 20 minutes between hydration breaks.
Yeah. By the way, I do want to point out that the second, I mean, maybe I'll be proven wrong tonight when the very corrupt United States of America loses to Belgium, I guess. But it is very funny to me that the second they broke the sport down into quarters, which is more legible to Americans, the U.S. started doing good. Just to
I mean, about it's every American athlete gets to go on their phones and like look at TikToks that like motivate them or whatever.
That's right. Like, they have to pray to God. Anyways,
they have to say stuff like saw a pigeon eating bread. He housed it. Blessed.
That shit's really important to American sports culture.
Meanwhile, there's a bunch of like CIA guys trying to assassinate Romelu Lukaku with like a rice and umbrella.
So after some public outcry, after he asked for his higher salary, he said he would defer the question until after his 2027 re-election campaign. Later that same month, Koch admitted that that the raise had been deferred in part due to investigations by the State Ethics Commission. And last year he had to settle a claim that he had taken illegal campaign contributions. And these things feel pretty connected to me. But he first came to my attention for a different reason. I'm reading from a newspaper called the New York Times here.
Oh, it's kind of like the Quincy Times, so it's a bit less,
It's like $30,000 a year less, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just really like the New York Times, like Ravenous Defector. I'm really excited about all of these worker-owned publications.
That's right.
And I think it's really cool. The New York Times, they just like started as like a little games app on your phone, like how BuzzFeed was like listicles. Then they started doing serious journalism.
Yeah. I can't believe these guys that do spelling bee started doing this. Anyways.
What the Wordle guys?
The Wordle guys?
Oh, they're doing news now. That's cool.
I just want to really uphold and honor and make space for elevating spelling bee over Wordle as it should be. It's a better game.
It's a better game by a fucking country mile. Anyways, here's the headline from the New York Times. A Catholic mayor commissioned statues of saints. Residents revolted.
Ooh, okay.
As a gleaming new $175 million police and fire headquarters took shape last year in Quincy, Mass., Mayor Thomas Koch prepared to unveil what he considered a perfect finishing touch. Towering bronze statues of St. Michael and St. Florian, patron saints of emergency responders, to stand at the building's entrance.
Okay, this is a question about Catholicism that I'd like to ask, which is, so you know how in the City of London there are worshipful companies, right? There's the worshipful companies of stuff that would have been made worshipful companies at a time when that made sense.
I pushed Gog and Magog at the end of the parade. I know. Yes. Of course.
Yeah, sure, right? Like carpenters, they would have been an actual guild of carpenters at the time. Now they just do carpentry-related fucking charity work or whatever. When do you get made like a patron saint of a plumber? When do you get made a patron saint of like having your cell phone charged? Like what emergency responders feels super recent versus when saints were doing a lot of sainting.
The patron saint of having your cell phone charged is the guy that was cooked alive because he was very hot and full of energy.
This is the sort of the emergency, the first responder patron saint stuff is like crazy recent, right? But also kind of old at the same time. It's weird, right? Like St. Florian being like patron saint of firefighters goes back like, fucking hundreds of years or whatever, but it's like very much a German thing. And like St. Michael, right? Cops themselves are too recent an invention, really, to have a patron saint in that way. St. Michael is the patron saint of soldiers, right? And then I think guys started looking for like extra morale patches, like a thin blue line, but Catholically. And so started thinking, okay, well, St. Michael, he's for the troops, right? And I'm kind of like the troops. And then they sort of went, well, why doesn't firefighting, the other first responding activity, have a patron saint? And so they went on Wikipedia and they went, oh, some German guys do like St. Florian or whatever, so I have to pretend to care about that. And from there, it's a straight shot to this chud putting in the fucking like Statue of Liberty sized thing of St. Florian.
Yeah. St. Florian's funny.
Oh, sorry. The Statue of Liberty was, of course, they copied the Quincy Mass one. And in New York, they say, well, we're going to have a St. Florian-sized statue of
some woman. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Florian's a funny example to be the patron saint of firefighters because he's the patron saint of firefighters for Germans because he was German or Austrian. And he went and stood in a pyre and was like, set me on fire. And they're like, no, we'll drown you. Instead, and that's why he's the patron saint of firefighters.
You'd hate to have a kind of ironic patronage, but they kind of all are, given that most you got martyred, right, doing it.
I also love looking at saints because it's always like he's the patron saint of chimney sweeps, firefighters, and of course soap makers. It's like, don't know where the soap comes into it. Anyways, intent on his vision of municipal grandeur, Mr. Koch had not sought approval from voters before he commissioned an artist in Italy to craft the 10-foot figures at a cost of $850,000 in city funds and booked their transatlantic passage.
Well, listen, in 250 years' time, those things are going to look beautiful.
I just love him going to Italy and talking to the anarchist marble guy from The Brutalist and getting these things commissioned.
No, I'm going to need 2 statues and they both need to look like the Giga Chad guy. I will show you on my phone what that means.
After a local newspaper, the Patriot Ledger, published the mayor's plans for the statues in an article last year, 200 people showed up at a city council meeting to voice their displeasure. More than 1,500 signed an online petition opposing the statue's installation. A group of 19 local religious figures representing Lutherans, Jews, Methodists, Catholics, and other faiths issued a statement of concern. No single religious tradition should be elevated in a publicly funded facility, they wrote. Erecting these statues sends a message that there are insiders and outsiders in this community.
It's very funny to have this is something that a lot of American cities have been doing recently, is this sort of like hundreds of millions of dollars sort of chud campus to put all of the like first responders jerk off motion in one place. Like that's what Cop City in Atlanta was as well.
Yes.
And to then like I think in terms of like emergency planning, that might be a bad idea in itself, but also you can see some of the politics there a bit more clearly when they're like, and we're going to have the big statues for our special boys.
Yeah. And the Chud campus is a great sort of way to talk about it, because it is this weird thing where it's like, it is 9/11 brain stuff where you need the command center from when you were terroristed, right? You have everybody all together. And like the idea of a first responder being like, like EMTs and firefighters who help people and cops who show up later to shoot your dog. And it's trying to make them seem as important to the process, right? Anyways, still the statues have plenty of supporters. Hundreds of Quincy police officers and firefighters of various faiths consider them unofficial mascots, and many older longtime residents say that alone should be reason to support them.
Nah, fuck those firefighters. If you want a mascot, get a dog.
Yeah. I'm all for it, said Margaret Notrangelo, a retiring Quincy native who was shopping for groceries at one recent event.
I wonder what her views on us are.
Yeah. One recent event.
Sorry, has everybody in this episode been named by fucking Dickens?
Well, Margaret Notrangelo was named by Italian Dickens.
What do you think about the statues, Mr. fucking cisgenderini?
Yeah.
Come on, Margaret Notrangelo is a pretty good nickname for J.K. Rowling.
If they had J.K. Rowling in Italian.
Yeah, what if J.K. Rowling was Italian? I mean, this is not Charles Dickens. This is like Carlos Dickangelo. She says, I'm Catholic, but it's not about religion. It's about the statues represent to the police and firemen. Naturally, during the lawsuit, he made it much worse. In September of last year, he went on the local radio during a discussion of Quincy's controversial plan to install the statues of 2 Catholic saints at the front of its public safety building. Dan Ray, the host of WBZ's Night Side with Dan Ray, shared his perplexity at what he called the antipathy of some people toward religion. He added that he remained shocked by the clergy sex abuse scandal, which Ray described as the priest pedophile crisis. At that point, Koch interjected, saying, quote, "That was mostly homosexual issues, not pedophilia."
That's kind of standard, like, Catholic chud shit. Yeah. It's been there for a while. It's also expected to be in Quincy, because you are up in, like, spotlight country, right? Like, yes, that's...
very much
so. You're in the archdiocese that was doing all of the fucking moving the pedophiles around.
Yes.
Well, one of them.
As soon as he said that, his business cards, the C and H, got more Germanic.
Yeah.
Like, just a little bit more Germanic.
It's getting, like, the little line in the middle of the C just formed. Yeah. When Ray pushed back, saying there were a lot of children and early teenagers who were impacted by abuse, Koch replied, "There were? Well, pedophilia is a younger age than, to me, a teenager. But that's another issue for another day."
What?
Well, I don't think it is. I think that should be unpacked.
In the follow-up question being like, no, really important to define our terms about like pedophilia versus, I guess, ephebophilia or whatever. It's like,
yeah.
Why, though?
I don't know.
You don't want your mayor sort of going on the radio to sort of speculate that there might be a distinction between those two things. That's not a great sign.
No. to defend his inflated statues budget. Koch went on to assert that sexual abuse.
What a domino effect, though, is a little domino defending my statue's budget. Big domino. So ephebophilia is a different thing.
More common than you'd think. Koch went on to assert that sexual abuse is more frequently perpetrated by coaches and teachers than priests, but doesn't receive the same amount of attention because, as he put it, the Catholic Church is, quote, not very popular with the secular media, so they took a beating.
It's cool how this guy is trying to run like a suburb of Boston as a kind of theocracy.
Yeah.
In defense of the church, which is wild. I mean, as far as the things he's actually saying, this is just kind of like boilerplate, like chud Catholic, but it's very, very funny that they sort of put this question to him and he's like, well, teenagers is different, you know? You don't have to say that.
I look forward to this man being excommunicated soon, I think.
He may already have been.
Here's the other thing, right? Which is Koch, who I'm now pronouncing Koch.
Please.
He is like, again, I'm not really au fait with Catholic stuff, but is that not like what Catholics would say in 2006, 7, 8, 9? And kind of the media conversation about the Catholic Church has kind of moved on to the Pope being woke, and that's just sort of, and he's really talking about, and like sort of general secular media antipathy towards organized religion in the States is now much more directed at like Liberty University and associated kinds of institutions.
No, they're still fighting this fight. I really, you can't sort of understate the impact that stuff like the Spotlight investigations had on like the church in the US particularly.
Yeah, I'm asking that from a place of genuine ignorance.
Yeah, no. It's like a genuine, like, kind of generational rupture in terms of people's trust in the institution. And so, yeah, at the sort of like, even at the remove of, 10, 20 years, you still have this guy being asked on local radio, okay, but what about the like pedophile priests? So yeah, that's not surprising to me. What is surprising to me is that this guy went to the marble quarry from the Brutalist to try and get like some chud statues. And yeah, everything about this is weird apart from that to me.
Yeah. But anyway, so he will continue to make it worse. I know last week, if you were not a bonus episode listener, we finally lost Randall Weddle for all time after his disgusting and illegal disqualification.
They finally got him. The Chomos got him. Like, yeah.
I'm putting forward Quincy Mass's Thomas Koch or Koch as our new guy to like watch the skies for a little bit. I'm sort of similarly mayoral catch and release. I'm tagging him with I'm part of the U.S. Department of Fisheries and Mayors, and I'm tagging him with a little tag, and I'm releasing him back to Quincy. I'm just going to keep an eye on this guy.
This is part of sort of like an ecological balance as well, is because Randall Weddle was a very like anti-Chomo mayor, whereas this mayor is more like, well, we got to contextualize the Chomos properly.
She's a Chomo studier.
Yeah. I think it's probably like balance in the force to have the two of them,
Yeah. Well, wasn't that story a fright? I call this next one The Spooky Speech of Spokane. Next up, I'm taking to Spokane, Washington. This one was sent in by listener Final Bond Girl. So anyways, Nadine Woodward was born in Vancouver, Washington State. There's basically nothing I could find available about her early life outside of where she went to high school and then she graduated at the university. What?
I was saying, can I interject something? Vancouver, Washington
Please.
Knocked a memory loose in me.
Okay.
Which is, I had an uncle who was so he was a real penny pincher, this uncle. Okay. I know I'm basically setting this up like a Norm Macdonald story. I promise it's not.
This sounds, hey Riley, this sounds insanely fake, like you're about to tell me about a movie or something.
Yeah. No, I had an uncle who was a real penny pincher, my Uncle Richard. But no, he lived in I always want to put on the Norm voice. Yeah. He lived in Vancouver, Washington, specifically because it had no property tax. And then he lived his entire life. He lived like on the border. Yeah. And then he would cross to like Oregon because they had no sales tax to do all of his like living. Like he set his whole, and this is not a guy who was like hiding like money in corporate profits. He was just like, I can save 10 cents per mile if I fill up in Oregon as opposed to Washington.
You had a loophole uncle. You had an uncle who loved the loophole.
This guy was, here's the thing. He was born to be Hasidic, and I'm allowed to say this. He was born to be Hasidic. because he loves loopholes. But he constructed a tax Eruv and he's living inside of it.
Chasing Riley's uncle down the street, being like, "Are you Jewish?"
I'm chasing him down the street with a Strymel, trying to throw it onto his head like a hat. Like it is a hat.
He was super deaf, so he'd be real easy to get.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways,
he's dead now, so probably you missed your chance.
Yeah, Vancouver, Washington it's just on the other side of the Columbia River, which like after it forks with the Willamette, so it's like right there. So she goes to Nadine Woodward goes to the University of Portland. She gets a bachelor's degree in communications management. She works at some TV stations as a news anchor in Idaho and eventually settles in Spokane in 1990 as a news anchor for the CBS affiliate until 2010 and the ABC affiliate until 2018. She leaves the anchor's desk in 2018. At some point, she becomes the vice president of a video production business in Spokane, which produces videos for funerals. This company has no reviews on Yelp, and the URL is broken, so I don't know anything about it. Okay, so
it's like they would have done the sort of like VHS tape for Riley's dead uncle's funeral.
That's exactly right.
Just flashes up like in memoriam, and then a nice cursive font. Would have been good if this guy had been Hasidic. Brackets, but he wasn't, close brackets.
The asterisk said by a Jew, and then after that, a list of lifetime savings. What his number was.
But of course they do a free 5-minute trial video, so his funeral video just cuts out.
By the way, I want to make it clear. I'm not saying he should have been Hasidic because he was cheap. I'm saying he should have been Hasidic because he loved loopholes and he was always working the system. I just want to be super clear. Anyways,
look, I knew the man. He was also cheap.
Okay,
he loved loopholes, and he was also really cheap.
I can't say anything about that. He should have been Dutch because he was cheap. There, okay. I think that's my friend who was Dutch told me.
Riley's Dutch Hasidic uncle, a guy with the weirdest possible fucking.
He's wearing the bright orange Strymel to the soccer game.
To the soccer game, which he's not paid for seats for. He's just viewing it from a nearby hill.
Okay, a quick Spokane corner. It is the most populous city in eastern Washington, the biggest after Seattle. The Lilac City has about 250,000 people. Formerly, it's an important rail and shipping center. It's now mostly dominated by aerospace manufacturing, like financial startups.
Yeah, I don't have a Fallout pull for this because the Fallout mod set in the Pacific Northwest, it did come out, but it both wasn't very good, and also the developer included a bunch of their own like fetish content in there, which really kind of troubled people. Yeah,
sure. That sounds like something that would trouble me, I think.
Yeah.
So with no political experience, she wins election to the mayoralty in 2019 with a sort of rightward lurch with a lot of local politics. She's technically unaffiliated, but is endorsed by tons of Republicans, including the outgoing mayor. The first thing she does when she wins is thank the good Lord, which is a weird way to talk, and calls her campaign a leap of faith.
Yeah, my understanding is that the whole of Washington and Oregon are like, you've got Seattle and Portland, which is where every transgender woman lives. And then the whole rest of the state is the Green Room from Green Room.
That's exactly correct. And it's, I think even Vancouver is like right. Anyways, so her big issue seems to be housing, of which there appeared to be a legitimate shortage in Spokane at the time.
Yeah, there's not enough green rooms from Green Room.
Yeah, and homelessness, which is, yes, a real and severe issue in the Pacific Northwest. Reading here from the Spokane Spokesman Review, which is a crazy thing to call your newspaper, because I want to call it the Spokane Spokesman Review.
The Spokane Spokesman.
The Spokane Spokesman Review on the night of her win. The hard-fought race to succeed Condon, the outgoing mayor, was largely defined by homelessness, with Woodward delivering a straightforward jail or treatment approach to the problem, and Stuckert, her opponent, the city council president, touting progress made by the city on various fronts dealing with a complex problem.
Oh, the straightforward solution. Why didn't we try that?
Why don't we just try throwing everyone in jail or power washing them?
Why don't we just have a leader who will do what needs to be done? And you can just see the name morphing more German.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that Simpsons episode where Homer's winning, he runs for sanitation commissioner. And he's just like, your life will become easier. And the commissioner's like, I need to take the trash out. Her actual mayoralty is kind of uneventful. In 2022, she passes some rezoning. That was a big thing for her with her housing stuff. Mostly she's doing a lot of cruel stuff to the homeless in the city, clearing camps, stuff like that. The police chief that she inherited from the previous mayor comes under fire in 2023 towards the end of her first term and faces accusations of using city resources to advance the agenda of a narrow group of powerful business owners in the Spokane area.
The Spokane Illuminati? The Spokane Freemasons?
Like literally the Freemasons, but they're all, car dealers.
God, there are a lot more local Illuminatis than you might expect.
Yeah.
Over like the better part of a decade of podcasting, I've sort of come across way more local Illuminatis and Freemasons than I would have expected to.
Yeah. I'm reading here from KREM Spokane, and I just want to do this to the show really quick. The group SCAR, Spokane Community Against Racism, pointed to the group, the Spokane Business and Commercial Property Owners Council, as the ones receiving this preferential treatment from SPD, including a specific local car dealer named Chud Wendell.
Hi, I'm Chud Wendell.
His name is Chud Wendell, car dealer.
We call Mr. Wendell Snuggles around here. Such a soft and cuddly guy.
No,
he had a brother?
Chud Wendell.
He's taught a lot of people how to dance. Mr. Wendell taught us how to get jiggy with it.
Oh, well, that makes Randall Weddle the sort of the woke Wendell by default, surely.
This is Wendell versus Weddle, I'll say.
Like Koch versus Koch,
Yes, this is Chud Wendell.
Quirky things Mr. Wendell does. He jingles change a lot. He's a change jingler.
What's Chud short for? Chudley?
I think it's not. I think that's his name.
I need to see this guy. I'm gonna Google Chud Wendell.
Chud Wendell.
Mr. Wendell, party animal.
See, he doesn't look like I expect.
No, he really does not. He's just he looks like a normal guy in a quarter zip.
Yeah.
But he's a car dealer.
Yeah, he doesn't look sort of hugely chudded, which is mysterious to me.
Yeah. But his name is Chud Wendell.
Obviously, Mr. Wendell is not his actual name. It's a showbiz thing, I think.
Most Chuds don't. Like the Christmas Adventurers don't look particularly chudded,
He does look plausibly like a Christmas adventure.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He looks like the guy who goes and visits the Christmas Adventurers before then going out to be. He looks like the assassin that comes and meets them in the basement.
He took over the business from his dad, Dick Wendell, who named his son Chud.
Maybe Dick Wendell was really woke and he hated his son. My baby's a fucking chud. It's so shitty.
Hey, have we considered? Okay, I think here's the thing: is that the name, the word chud, the slang chud, has sort of become decoupled from the original etymological source of the word chud, right? Which is the B movie, the cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. So maybe his family, maybe it's a family name, and they at one point immigrated from the sewer. We have to just think about that.
Well, there's a sort of there's old photos on Facebook of I guess his grandfather, Dick Wendell's dad, who is also named Chud Wendell. So he's named for his grandfather, and in one of them it does look like he's climbing out of a sewer onto the sort of fender of a Ford truck. So I believe this.
We've got our answer. Anyways, I found that name and I had to say it to you because I love you both.
Chud Wendell.
Okay.
Chud Wendell.
We're doing a lot of jokes about the name of a man who apparently controls the Spokane Police Department.
He sure does. Anyways, Nadine Woodward.
Well, you think the Spokane Police Department's gonna request special jurisdiction over parts of London and Scotland?
Anyways,
we're all going to Washington jail, which is where they just handcuff you to a tree.
Yeah. Anyway. Nadine Woodward opposed any investigation to this guy, the chief, but the drumbeat was loud enough that he ended up resigning anyways. She never replaced him before leaving office, and here is where she came to my attention. Because the other thing of note that happened to her near the end of her first term, right as her re-election bid was going on. This is August 2023. Woodward, I suppose trying to beef up her Christian bona fides, appears at an event called Let Us Pray in Spokane. It sounds nice, right? We like to pray.
I'm really sorry to take us back to Chud, but I found an obituary that explains the name.
Oh, okay, please.
So Wendell was named after Charles Chud Taft, the brother of President Taft.
What?
According to family lore, Wendell's father, Floyd, lost a card game to Charles Taft and was obligated to name his firstborn son Chud. So the name was a lost bet with the brother of the then president.
And now it's a family nickname.
A presumably enormous man and fail son, the president's brother, beats you at poker and is like, name your sons after me, Chud.
and was obligated to name his firstborn son Chud. The name has survived 4 generations, including a great-grandson. So, like, he won a bet that is going to echo through history, and the history is that you have a...
What kind of gambler bets the name of his firstborn son?
And all subsequent the name of the firstborn sons of his entire line.
We're gonna find out that Chud Taft never existed, and that was the devil. That was the devil playing. I was gonna say
this is the sort of thing where it's like, I'm going to make a Rumpelstiltskinian bet with this guy. Just like my entire family history is going to be altered.
It's like, oh yeah. So what happened? Oh, the devil stole my name.
Yeah. Oh, I hate when that happens. Double down. So okay. It is August 2023. Woodward appears at an event called Let Us Pray in Spokane, which sounds normal and good, right? We love to pray. Let us pray. Let us pray. Well, it's part of a national tour by a guy named Sean Voigt, who I'd never heard of, but apparently.
America is just fucking Germany, or like gloss over it sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, Voigt is a songwriter and singer of worship music. He came up in the Call movement in the early 2000s, which is sort of a catch-all evangelical anti-abortion, anti-same-sex marriage group. He also founded, while at Oral Roberts University, a movement called Hold the Line, which was there to hold the line against all that stuff. Mm-hmm. He's the former worship leader at Bethel Church, a California megachurch with a lot of cult accusations hanging off of it. You might remember Voigt as, do you remember when all those people went and like laid their hands on Donald Trump during his first impeachment?
Oh, yeah.
He was there with his hand on the big boy.
Yeah, because they wanted to touch him because he's so hot.
That's right. But they all went there to like lay hands on him in like an evangelical way and like pray over him, which I guess it worked because he did not get removed from office and is the president again. So I think we shouldn't be doubting the power of prayer.
It's a Voigt world. We just live in it.
That's right. He's also a failed California congressional candidate and founded the Let Us Worship concert series to protest government restrictions of crowd gatherings during the COVID-19 lockdown. He loved to go to the former sites of 2020 protests and riots and call them riots to revival. Mm-hmm. There's a documentary about him doing this called Super Spreader. And don't worry, it is him reclaiming the term as a good thing because he's spreading the word. He's like a super spreader of like the word of Christ.
I guess.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Huh. Anyways, so that's what Let Us Pray is. It is not
being just having your entire worldview defined by negative polarization produces some weird fucking outcomes.
Yeah, man. Schismogenesis. It's real. Mm. So like you hear Let Us Pray and you're like, oh, it's someone saying like, oh, when we hold hands, you say, let us pray. No, it is a reference to, Let Us Worship, which is the lockdown thing.
You are going to get like the good news and also maybe COVID from a guy who has touched Donald Trump.
That's right.
Okay.
I almost imagine like because they have such a sort of very specific sort of God King thing with him. If it's like it's an honor to catch the genetic strain of COVID that Trump had that nearly killed him.
Sure.
You are consider again, that's very 40K, right? Is like if you are killed by the same virus as him, then you are closer to him in death.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It's sort of honoring. Yeah.
So she is also joined on stage by a guy called Matt Shea. He is the Washington House of Representatives from 2009 to 2021. Let me just see if I can find any headlines about him. Okay, here's one. Washington state lawmakers' Holy Army manifesto prompts FBI scrutiny.
All of these guys are like the combination of the Unabomber and Adolf Hitler. It's absolutely crazy. Like I don't know how it happened, but it seems like the second you get like a minute east of Seattle, the only thing to read until Chicago is like the Turner Diaries.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
It's wild. Anyways, it's just a 4-page manifesto that calls for the killing of non-Christian males if a war were to occur and they don't agree to follow fundamentalist Christian law.
Oh, hypothetically. Okay,
hypothetically.
Sure.
Is that the Chud Unabomber version of in Minecraft, where it's like, look, if a civil war was to occur.
And it's Minecraft, but it's spelled like Mein Kampf.
You said the word again. Can I just derail us for a second to point out something that has completely obliterated me from orbit?
Yeah.
I was looking into the Taft thing, the Chud Taft. I assume that the brother is Charles Phelps Taft, who had a son, Chud Taft II, who was mayor of Cincinnati.
Let's go.
Okay. All right.
There are mayors.
Future guest.
Yeah. God.
Hugely.
Okay.
Junior Chud, mayor of Cincinnati. Yes.
Oh, God. Okay. So in 2019, this guy, Matt Shea, the manifesto man, was removed for some reason as the caucus chair for the Republicans in the Washington State Senate. A report from the Washington House of Reps found him to be a domestic terrorist. He was completely removed from the Republican House caucus and weirdly did not seek re-election.
Yeah, this is just kind of like that meet the candidates meme, except on the Republican side, they're all of the guys from Imperium.
Yeah.
Also, this guy, he was just a few years too early. He wasn't wrong. He was just early.
Yeah. Just like 2 years too early. Yeah. So on stage at this event, Nadine Woodward, she's the sitting mayor, Voigt and Shea all prayed together on stage. This kicked up like quite a furor, and it calls for her to resign, including an official condemnation of her by the city council. She claimed to not know Shea was going to be there and claimed to not know Voigt, the self-described Christian nationalist whose concert it was.
Sometimes you just go to a thing and just start praying, and then the people praying next to you are maybe like Nazis. It happens.
That's what she fucking said. She claimed that she was there to pray for some victims of a recent wildfire. But she did hug both of them.
She's like, in many ways, I am doing that one scene from Indiana Jones where he meets Hitler and gets his autograph by accident. It's like that, except I met like the Unabomber.
Yeah, that's right.
It also, I think that the only way we can explain this is it's another baby's day out, Mr. Bean type situation, right?
Oh, sure.
Like, she maybe she just had laser eye surgery and then was going to, or it could be like a Get Me Hennemore thing, right? Where there's, sort of Nazi party rally, and the other one is like the not seeing this. Come to the party rally for the wildfires or whatever, and this happens. It happens. People get in baby's day out situations all the time.
The thing is, I saw it written down, and I thought it was pronounced Reich, and so I thought it was going to be like the Third Reich, which would have been woke.
I thought it was going to be the Third Reich, which I just assumed was an American name based on everyone else there.
Yeah. She a couple months later after this thing happens, she loses in a squeaker to a moderate Democrat.
Yeah, moderate Democrat in this case, I tend to imagine means only execute some non-white males if they don't, in the event of the Turner Diaries.
It seems to be only execute some of the homeless. Seems to be her thing. Anyways, the headline I was sent was from recently. Former Spokane Mayor Woodward wants $10 million from the city, alleges First Amendment violations. Ooh. This is from April. Former Spokane Mayor and longtime local news anchor Nadine Woodward wants the city to pay her $10 million for the fallout over a prayer service appearance in 2023. She filed an amended tort claim with the city in mid-April, raising the dollar amount from a previous claim from $1.5 million to $10. Her claim also names as defendants the then council members who voted for the resolution condemning her actions.
Your Honor, it's illegal to get mad at me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Woodward says the city and the council members violated her constitutional rights with that resolution, that the actions were irreparably damaging and continues to damage Woodward and her professional and personal reputation. The claim says the city's action resulted in harassment by the media, estrangement from her social group, supporters and neighbors, and loss of business and professional opportunities.
I kind of feel like maybe that is, I know this is kind of a foreign concept here, but maybe that's her fault?
It's possible. She says the resolution was an abuse of legislative power.
November, I've just got a note. Apparently, you are being sued by Nadine Woodward. You've been added to the lawsuit for saying it was her fault.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I disavow the actions of my co-host November Kelly. Now let us pray.
I mean, there is a certain type of American, and you see them represented on a lot of city councils that try to use vexatious lawsuits, like the boy who sends you into the cornfield.
Yeah.
Like you have to be nice to me, and I have to smile all the time. Like you have to make my life a sort of parade of happiness, and I should never feel excluded. Nothing bad should ever happen to me. Everyone has to give me the benefit of the doubt all the time, and if the second you don't, then I am going to jam you up with so many lawsuits. It's just easier to not make me send you to the cornfield.
That's what being an American is all about, you know?
Yeah. In the claim, Woodward asserts the city's actions, quote, imposed a scarlet letter on her, which took over the election cycle.
Mm-hmm.
The Scarlet Letter, I don't know what letter it would be. P for praying?
C for Chud,
perhaps?
surely.
Yeah.
It's imposed some kind of scarlet hat on me.
They made me a cardinal.
Yeah. The claim says Woodward, quote, continues to suffer ongoing injury, including vitriol, backlash, and threats, which is the same thing 3 times, which has caused Woodward to fear physical harm.
You know that vitriol originally means like an acid attack?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like an old, vitriol means used to mean like sulfuric acid. So like you could get like vitriolized. Someone would like throw acid in your face. I mean, someone can still throw acid in your face, but they don't call it vitriol anymore. I don't think anyone's been throwing acid at her. Is the thing. I don't think anyone wants to.
No, I don't think so.
I think this seems like it's probably mostly about posts. I bet this is mainly posts related.
It's mainly posts. My niece is mad at me, so I'm suing the city for $10 million. And here's the crux of it. She says the city violated her First Amendment rights, citing participation in prayer is protected.
But
which is bizarre, a bizarre way to make this claim. She asks the court to declare the resolution filed against her unconstitutional, direct that it be vacated, and award her damages caused by this unconstitutional government action. She filed the initial claim in July 2024 for $1.5 million. Her attorney writes that the city did not respond.
Hell yeah. Just
fact,
ignore
and actual
it.
Damages and now actual damages are requested. And I've got the capper on her because what has she been doing for the last couple of years? She has most recently been working as a real estate agent in the Spokane Valley.
We need to strongly investigate the realtor to mayor pipeline because Glant was a realtor. Like that, we've had some realtors before. It's
an American realtor is such a specific kind of person.
Yeah,
I don't know if it translates overseas.
No. We have estate agents and we hate them, but you almost never hear about like an estate agent becoming mayor like that or going into politics. No,
realtors somehow in America are able to accumulate local power, whereas estate agents in Britain are considered sort of execrable fools and broadly derided.
Yeah.
They're often the stupidest person you've ever met.
Well, I think some of it's like you get like public exposure, right? Like you get to do ads with your name and your face, and you get to put your sort of like ads on benches and stuff. And then you look at those benches and you think, I could be making those more hostile to homeless people if I was mayor.
Absolutely.
I could get those homeless people to stop covering up my ads. Just become mayor first.
Anyways, so those are my mayors. Those are my mayors for the day.
Thank you so much for Chud Wendell.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chud Wendell will stick with us for a long time.
Who I think is the mayor of my heart and is like a keystone of this episode.
Yeah, I'm even though he was not mayor, I'm also excited we have Chud Taft to do. I don't care how thin his story is. We will fucking spin it into a full episode.
No. There is a full episode out of Chud Taft, believe me.
Yeah. So this was a free episode. So thank you for listening. You can get double the mayors by going to nogodsnomayors.com and just giving us $5 measly a month. That's like 1/1,000,000th of the cost of a big marble statue of St. Florian.
Yeah, you could, and that's what we're building with it. So if you want to contribute to the big marble St. Florian statue,
we just need I want to say 998,000 more of you to sign up, and then we're 1 month out.
Yeah,
from the big marble statue.
That's right. And we'll be building a big campus, and it'll be us and firefighters, and for some reason, police officers will be hanging out there. And until next time, we don't really have a sign off.
No.
I just kind of launched into it. Until next time,
coming home.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.